Okay. Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about coordinate geometry. Some formulas are explained. Okay. See, I already wrote, and the next part I want to parallelly write and explain this part. So means I want to derive this formula how you are getting. Now let us go from the basics and formulas. The branch of mathematics which deals with the points in a coordinate plane is called as coordinate geometry. Means, see, coordinate geometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the points. For example, say, you keep a dot somewhere like this. For example, I am keeping a dot here. For example, this is x is some point 3 and y is some point 5. For example, this is one point. So we can write this as 3 comma 5 like that. For example, I'll keep a point here. For example, so this point is for example x is 3 and y value is -4. So see like that. So this axis also I'll explain now. See here, what is the meaning of coordinate plane is, okay, see this coordinate plane, the word meaning is coordinate plane means, for example, you take a board or you take a white paper, etc. You can divide it into 4 parts by drawing one horizontal line and vertical line. So any plane surface which has 2 dimensions like length and breadth, you can divide that particular like board or white paper or land, etc. You can divide it into 4 parts by drawing one horizontal and vertical axis. This is called as coordinate plane. Now we have divided here horizontal by drawing a horizontal line, that is x o and minus x, and by drawing vertical line y o minus y. So here this part is called as q1, means quadrant 1. See, quadrant 1 will be x will be positive and y will be positive. So I wrote the numbers here. So y I wrote plus x, here minus x is, here you are write plus positive numbers, and here you are write negative, and here y, and here positive numbers above the x axis for y, and negative numbers below the x axis for y. Now this quadrant is called as quadrant 2, this quadrant is called as quadrant 3, and this quadrant is called as quadrant 4. Right. Now what I am doing is I am going to explain you about this distance formula. See, what is distance formula is, see here, for example, I am taking like this one plane. For example, this is a plane. So what I am doing is I am taking 2 points. Say this is point okay, we are mentioning PQ, right? Okay, so let us take like this. This is point Q. Let the point Q be x1 comma y1. And another point you take, for example, here you take some another point, that is x2 comma y2, for example. Right. Now what I am going to say is, so if you want the distance between these 2 points P P Q, what you have to do, we have to apply like Pythagoras theorem. Means what I mean to say is, see this point from here to here it is x1, from here to here until this is some x2. Why? Because see, if you take the distance like 0 1 2 3 4, so here 0 1 2 3 like that, some points you get 4 like that, 5 6 7 8 9 10, some point you get, it might be 10th point, it might be 4th point. If you want the distance between okay, for example, this point you call it as A, this point you call it as B, this you call it as C. Okay, so if you want the distance between A, B, you can say it as x2 minus x1. Like for example, this is x2 is 10 and this is 4. So 10 minus 4. So AB distance will be 6, like that. Now apply here this Pythagoras theorem. So if you apply, AB is nothing but it is parallel to the PC. So this distance will be x2 minus x1. And now similarly you take one point here, let it call it as y2. For example, 0 1 2 3 4 5, some number, this is 5, this is 6 7 8. For example, this point might be 8, for example. So now what I am saying is, so 8 minus 5 will be like 3 centimeters. So this length, the QC will be equal to this length y2 and y1, the distance between y2 and y1. Okay, you can call by name. For example, this point is D, this point is E. So what is D? D is nothing but equal to QC. So you can take like this. D is equal to QC. Okay. So what you will do? You will take y2 minus y1, and AB is equal to PC. So AB is equal to PC now. So you can take like this. That point as x2 minus x1. So if you apply the Pythagoras theorem here, what is the Pythagoras theorem actually? For example, here angle is here. So angle is not required actually. Okay, let us forget about angle. Now let us consider this as some side adjacent and this as opposite, like that we can take. Now see, this is hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. Now according to the Pythagoras theorem, the point PQ is nothing but, okay, PQ square also you can take. Hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent side whole square. Means you can okay, you can write like first like this. What PQ square is nothing but PC square plus QC square. What is PC actually? PC is x2 minus x1, okay, whole square, and QC is y2 minus y1 whole square, right? So if this square will go to the other side, then it will become root. That's it. So in this way we can say that distance formula is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and why this formula is very important is, see, I'll say you, if you randomly they may give some points. For example, this is a coordinate plane. Okay, this is any coordinate plane, -1, -2, -3, something like that they may give. Or here also -1, -2, -3. So here PQ something like. For example, they are giving 3 points here, A, B, C, something like that. So what they will do is they will ask. If you join the points A, B, C, what kind of triangle it will form? Like that they may ask. So if you and even for example, instead of 3 points, they may give 4th point also. For example, A, B, C somewhere here, and D they will be, for example, some points. Okay, A might be -2 comma some x7 okay 7, like that. Some numbers will be the randomly. So by finding the distance, by using distance formula, you can say whether it will form rectangle or quadrilateral, any type of quadrilateral, like what you call square, parallelogram, etc. So you have to learn the properties of the parallelograms, I mean the quadrilaterals, and thereby you can able to get it. So any student want the properties of quadrilaterals properties, I'll send you the PDF. Okay, see, generally what I'm saying is a square is one which has all properties satisfied. Like a square has adjacent sides, what do you call, perpendicular, okay, and the diagonals lengths will be equal, all sides are equal. So like that every property will be satisfied, and diagonals bisect each other, and diagonals, when they bisect, the diagonals are also perpendicular. So these are all properties a square will satisfy. In the same way, rectangle properties also you can go through. Say, what is a rectangle? Generally opposite sides are equal, and the adjacent angles between the two sides, anyhow adjacent angle means between two sides only. So the adjacent angles between the sides will be 90 degrees, okay, and the diagonals are equal in length, okay. But for parallelogram and rectangle, what is the difference is diagonals are not equal for parallelogram. Like that, what I am saying is difference between rhombus and square, like that you can go through the properties. There is a PDF. So go through that, and all these you can prove by if you know the distance formula. That is the reason distance formula is very important. So even this rhombus also. Okay, in a rhombus, diagonals are not equal, but square diagonals are equal, like that. So when you find the distance, you can able to find the distance. For example, what is diagonal is, see, which joins the, means the line joining the opposite vertex, that is called so here AC will be the diagonal and BD will be the inner diagonal. So if the diagonals are not equal, then it means that it is not a square or not, like that we can consider based on the other distances and all. Okay, for example, other four sides are equal but diagonals are not equal, so it is nothing but rhombus, like that. So in this, for example, if it is forming a triangle, for example, 3 points they are giving randomly. If it is forming a triangle, so what you do, for example, this point you take it as A, this point you take it as B, and this as C. See, now you find AB distance and BC distance. For example, AB you are getting 3 centimeters and BC you are getting 4 by distance formula. Then AC you are getting 5. So what will happen? It will form a triangle, okay, but it is forming a right angle triangle. Okay, now if, for example, I will take randomly some other values. For example, AB length we got 1 centimeter, B 1 centimeter. Then AC you will get root 2. So it means that it is also right angle triangle. It will satisfy Pythagoras theorem. How can you say it forms a right angle triangle? It satisfies Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? See, generally hypotenuse, if you keep here root 2 whole square, okay, root 2 whole square will be equal to 1 square plus 1 square, you write. So root this get cancelled. So root and square root get cancelled. So you are writing 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. So you are writing 2 is equal to 2. So it means that it is forming right angle triangle, and that also two sides are equal, so isosceles right angle triangle, like that you have to say. So in that way we can use the distance formula for many purposes, okay, to prove different quadrilaterals, okay. And one more point I note here, what is that is, if one point is origin, for example, here I said you x1 y1 and x2 y2. For example, the point q is x comma y, and x1 y1 is origin, like this is x1 y1 origin, okay. Then the distance will be equal to under root of x square plus y square. Why? Because here you can keep 0 and 0, and in the place of x2 and y2 you keep x y. So x minus 0 is x square only, y minus 0 is will be y only, y whole square means y square will become. So in that way we can use it, right? Now I will rub it and we'll continue the next. Pause it. Okay, good morning students. We are continuing the next part, section formula. See, what is section formula is, you if you take a line, say for example this point, say some point you can take, for example some point is here, A is there, for example some point A, or some point you take. Another point P is there, that is dividing the line AB in the ratio, for example from A to B it might be 5 centimeters, maybe it may divide with 2 and 3 centimeters, something like that it may divide. So instead of giving numbers, what we will do, from A to P whatever distance we will take it as some m1, and P to B we will take this as m2, right? Now the formula, the coordinates of the point P x comma y, means if you want the coordinates of the point, see, means what I mean to say is, you have to imagine a coordinate system. For example, like this you can draw a coordinate system, like this is x and this is y. So this might be origin, and here you will have x1 comma y1 as a points, and b x2 comma y2 as b points, and p is x comma y. Right, now what I am saying is, P, the coordinates of P you want, this is x comma y. So what you have to do, you have to take the formula m1 into x2, okay, plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, and m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So if you substitute the values, whatever it is, maybe x might be 1 comma 3, some numbers randomly, okay, and y this b might be some 7 comma 8, some numbers might be there, and the ratio might be 2:3 or 1:2 or whatever it is, you have to substitute, or 3:4, whatever it is, you have to substitute, you will get the point. And now for example, if the point P is in the mid means, like for example you are taking this point, this is a midpoint, this is A and this is B, so the ratio will be 1:1 anyhow, equal, okay. So therefore in the place of m1 and m2, if you substitute as 1, for example m1 is 1 and m2 is 1, then you will get midpoint formula, that is nothing but x1 plus x2 by 2 by comma y1 plus y2 by 2. And generally what is centroid is, say what is centroid is, generally if you take a triangle, centroid is what, the point of concurrence of the medians, median means the line which bisects the opposite side, that is called as median. So now what I am doing is, I am taking this line as median, see, okay, for this triangle almost it will bisect it like this, okay, and here also you can take like bisecting, and this also you can take it as bisecting. Now what you do is, this point will take it as the median, and a median will divide okay, the altitude, the height of the triangle in the 2:1 ratio, means I mean the centroid will what you call, divide the whatever the median into 2:1 ratio, you can say, right? Now don't say altitude and median will be same only in equilateral triangle, okay. So what is median is, it will divide the opposite side into two parts. For example, say this is point triangle ABC, so midpoint you call it as D, so BD will be equal to DC, so like that is called median. So centroid you can take like this. The formula is, for example, A point, A is x1 comma y1, B is x2 comma y2, and C point is x3 comma y3. If you want this point G, say x comma y, if you want that, then what you have to do, you have to take x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, then you will get the median, centroid. Now if P divides in case to 1 ratio the points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, then if you want the point P, okay, then means instead, as I said you, So this ratio, it might be k and it might be 1 like that. Instead of m1 m2, if you are taking k is to 1 like that, okay, based on the questions and all, then you can get this k x2 plus, means in the place of m1 you have k and in the place of m2 you have 1, okay, and m1 plus m2 means k plus 1 like that. Okay, in that way also you can do. Sometimes k might be in fraction you will get. Okay, so in that case what you will do, k you may get as some 2 by 7 for example, or 2 by 5 you will get. It means that actually m1 by m2 is nothing but k. So it means that you can take it as 2 by 5, 2 is to 5 like that, you can take like that. So anyhow, trisection. What is trisection is, for example, A to B, the line is 3 centimeters. So it is trisection, means the points P and Q will make the AB line into 3 equal parts. So from A to P 1 centimeter, P to Q 1 centimeter and Q to B 1 centimeter like that, means 3 equal parts. Okay, so what we'll do, A to P, if I take M1 as the ratio 1, then if you want the point P, for example, in this formula, by using this formula I want to find P like this. So that time what you have to do, M1 you have to take it as 1 and M2 you have to take 2. Okay, then you will get the point Px comma y. Okay, means P point you will get. So whenever you want P point, see, you have to take this. So that is the reason I wrote up C. If you want P, take the red color one, okay, and P also I'll write in red color so that you'll understand, right? Now if you want Q, what you do, I'll write blue pen. So this is the ratio you have to take. Okay, so means from A to Q the ratio is like this, A to Q something like that. M1 will become 2 centimeters and Q to B it will become 1 centimeter. So in that way you will take, means in the place of M1 you take 2 and M2 you take 1, then you will get the point Q. So in that way you can do the section formula. Pause it. Right. So now good morning students. See, now what we are going to do is, now this is about area of the triangle. See, what I am saying is, for example, you will take a triangle like this, okay, say, okay, means I want to show this for Heron's formula, this triangle. Now roughly I will write another triangle. For example, you are taking a triangle like this, let the point A be x1 comma y1, point B be x2 comma y2, and point C be x3 comma y3 in the coordinate plane. Now what will happen, if you want the area of the triangle, you have to take like this. This triangle symbol represents area, remember that. Okay, this triangle symbol represents area. So now area of the triangle formed is half into x1, order you remember, x1 into y2 minus y3, means 1 2 3, 2 3 1, 3 1 2 like that. Okay, so means if you take a numbers like this, 1, if you take this as 1, then next is 2 3 like that. Okay, if you take 2, then you will come to 3 and 1 like that, and then if you take 3, then you will take, after 3 you will take 1 minus 2 like that. So that order you remember. Okay, so the formula is half into x1 into y2 minus y3, x2 into y3 minus y1, and x3 into y1 minus y2 like that. Okay, that you remember. Otherwise there is another method is also there. The method is, generally if you cannot remember this formula, I will say you a trick. What is that is, you write like this, half, first you write x1, x2, x3, and then again x1 you write, y1, y2, y3, y1 you write. So this what you do now, if you want the area formula, first you have to take left side top one or two, the like this, and then this. So you will get the formula like this, like half into x1 y2 minus x2 y1 plus, okay, then next x2 y3 like that you have to continue, plus x2 y3 minus x okay, y2 x3 or x3 y2 you can write. Then next see, next you can take like this, x3 y1, and so next is plus, I can rub the triangle also, but we can write, see, x3 y1 minus x1 y3. So in that way, so these if you take, again you will get the same answer. Okay, so it means same value of the area of the triangle formed by these points you will get it. Now coming to the next, what is Heron's formula is, see, for example, this is a triangle ABC. So the side opposite to A is the length, means the length BC will take it as some small symbol A. It might be 4 centimeter or 5, whatever it is. B is some 5 or 6, whatever it is. Otherwise 6, 7, 8 also you can take. Some number you can take like this, for example. So now if you add actually A plus B plus C, you will get perimeter. But what is half of perimeter? that is semi perimeter, we denote with the symbol S, and that is a plus b plus c by 2. Now area of the triangle formed with, if when the length means here what is the difference between this formula and that formula is, here vertices points are given. So when points are given, you can find the area like this. If the lengths of the sides are given, then that time you can do this formula. Okay, see, even from the points also, you can, by using distance formula, as I said previously, you can find BC distance like that, AB, AC and all. Again you can use Heron formula, no problem, but that process will become lengthier. So instead of finding distance here, directly you can use this formula. If you want to come from points to distance and distance to Heron's formula, means it will take long time, that's it. So now see, if already values are given, then use this formula. See, this is semi perimeter and you can find S minus A. For example, S is 6 plus 7 plus 8 is 21. So 20, what you will get? S minus A, 21 minus A is 6. So 21 minus 6 will be 15. So you have to write here 15 like that. So S is 21. So like that you have to take the values and get the answer. So in that way you can get the area of the triangle formed by Heron's formula. Means we are finding by using Heron's formula. Now slope. For example, you are taking some points x1 comma y1, say A or B or something you take. If you want the slope of the line inclined with x-axis, for example, or here, anyhow this is also parallel to x-axis. So now you have to take like this point y2 minus y1, okay, by, means rise by run, means y2 minus y1, okay. For example, this is A, this is B and this is C, for example. So this okay, rise means from B to C, whatever distance is there, by, so for example this point is x2 and this point is x1, okay. So rise by run means opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta formula is that only now. So what is tan theta? Actually tan theta formula is opposite by adjacent. So when you write y2 minus y1, that is nothing but opposite by adjacent only. So here you can find the slope. It is nothing but the rise by run, and what slope will give is, it will give the angle, the inclination made by the line with respect to x-axis or parallel to x-axis. In that way you can do. And where you will use these formulas is, see, generally to find the area of the triangle you will use it, but this area of the triangle you can use also for proving collinearity. What is the meaning of collinearity is, see, for example, A, the point A will come and lie on the, okay, it will come close to like this, like this it will come. The point will come close to BC and it will lie on the BC only, means area formed by the triangle will be 0. So whenever you want to prove collinearity, so what you have to do, you have to prove that the area of the triangle by the vertices formed by the triangle will be equal to 0. Why? Because if A is coming down and staying on the point, so you can say it as collinearity. And collinearity you can prove by another formula also, by using slope also. So if the slope of BA is equal to AC like that, or AB is equal to BC, see, numbers you can take anyway, A here you can take and B here and C there, whatever it is, but the slope of that BC and AC and BA and all, if they are equal, they are collinear, like that also you can prove. So collinearity we can prove by these two methods, okay, like that. Now next what I will do is, these are the formulas and all. Next what we will do, on the formulas explained till now in all the videos, what I will do, I will explain the problems. Generally for all the syllabus curriculum I will explain CBSE and SSC, what questions are asked in the previous years, okay, and those questions, okay, the level of toughness to reach that level from above the textbook level, I will explain those toughest questions. Few of them I will explain, and more frequent questions which are asked in the exam, if not exactly the methods, values will be changing anyhow, okay. In the exam they will may change the values and give, but method you should learn. So that is the reason the problems, the sums, which methods are coming, those I will explain, okay. Most frequently repeated methods, okay, both in CBSE and SSC.